One of the questions I hear a lot of new pickers ask is how do you know which hook or which tensioner to use to open any given lock? Now, when you look at a lockpick set, something like this, it'll come with a whole selection of tools. We've got so many tensioners in this set. We've got bottom of the keyways and top of the keyways and ones, I don't know, still don't even know what some of them do. And we'll have short hooks and deep hooks and all these sort of different shaped tools. So which one do you reach for to open any lock? Now, it's going to come down to experience, but it also comes down to trial and error. So what I thought I'd do in today's video is kind of go through that process with you. Now, I saw an item on eBay the other day. It was a keyless padlock. I always feel sorry for keyless padlocks. It's an ABUS padlock. As I say, it didn't come with a key and it didn't have very good photos on the eBay listing. All it had was a photo of the lock body. It didn't show the keyway, so I don't know what keyway we've got. I don't know what security pins we've got. So what I thought I'd do is I'll open this up and then I can go through that process with you and we can use the hooks in this set and see what it takes to get this one open. And here is our lock. It looks like it's been a bit beaten up, this one. And there's the keyway. So this keyway looks like quite a tight keyway. It's not open. We can't get necessarily from the bottom of the keyway all the way up to those pins. So I'm probably going to be thinking about using a shorter hook because I've got to deal with that little bit of ward in there on the left as you're looking at it. So I think what we're going to start off is perhaps with the bottom of the keyway. So if I sit that there, yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reach for a short hook because my intention is to put the tensioner in the bottom of the keyway there, and I'm going to pick off of this ledge and kind of pick up at an angle like that. And we'll see if that gets the open. The reason I'm using a short hook is that a deep hook just wouldn't be able to fit in there. As you can see, as I put the tensioner in, we've used up all the bottom of that keyway, so a deep hook now is out of the question. So I'm going to put a little bit of tension on, and I've got this short hook, and we'll go in and see what we can find. Now I don't know if this has got spool pins or not in it. I don't know the correct amount of tension to use. Pin 1's binding. I don't even know if this lock works actually. I got a click out of one and I slipped on my tensioner, so that might be the wrong size tensioner. Got a click out of one, and we got another click at the back, and we just dropped into a full set. The full set is just a very slight turn of the core. That tells me that we've got spool pins in this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lighten up on that tension, and then I'm going to try and find those spool pins and look for counter rotation. And I think, yeah, there's counter rotation. I think that's pin 4. And we got a little click there, so I'm looking for another spool. I think it's pin 3. I can feel counter rotation there. And we got a click out of him. But I may well have overset now because I can't feel anything else in that lock. So I'm going to release the tension and we'll go in again. Okay, I think we tried bottom of the keyway tension, but for me, I've just not got enough room in there to feel what's going on. We did manage to set a couple of pins, so I think I'm going to switch to top of the keyway. Now, top of the keyway tensioners come in different thicknesses, and you want one that fits the keyway best. So you can see that one there, it goes in, but there's a lot of slot between the tensioner and the gap at the top of the keyway. That was the narrowest one I've got, so we'll go up to the next size. That one fits in there a bit better. We've got a bit of room. Let's see if we can fit the thickest one in there. Yeah, so the thickest one's too big, so we're going to stick with this one here, and let's try a different hook. I think this time, because we're not using the bottom of the keyway, I'm going to try sort of reaching up like that. You can see I'm just lifting that pin there. And we'll see if we can get it open with these tools. A little bit harder to feel the pins when you do it this way. I'm not even getting up to those pins at all. I thought I could sneak up past that warding, but this hook is just too deep. So I think I might end up switching back to this shorter hook, and I'm going to sort of curl the pick around that warding in a sort of C shape like that, so I can go in and then kind of come up in an arc as I lift the pick up. So that was pin 1. That was a pin down the back, that's our full set. That was pin number 2. Yeah, without that bottom of the keyway tensioner taking up that part of the keyway, I've just got a little bit more movement with this pick. I think I can feel those pins a little bit better. Pin number 3. I think we're getting close now. I'm hoping that this this padlock's actually functioning. It's always the danger when you buy a padlock, a second-hand padlock, off of eBay or similar, because you don't actually know if it works. There's a spool. I find with ABUS padlocks, what happens quite often is you tend to drop the spools, and there we go. We just got a turn of the core. Yeah, ABUS padlocks, quite often you'll have to sort of ping pong the spools back and forth. So you'll set spools, but then as you're reaching for another one, a standard pin or another spool will drop down, so you end up setting the pins several times. So we got a turn of the core, and yeah, we got him open. Yeah, he is pretty crusty. Look at that. So there we go. We got this one picked. Is a working padlock. That's always nice to know. And we had to go through a little bit of a process, just trying bottom of the keyways. I tried a slightly deeper hook, and it didn't work in this particular keyway. If we had a deep hook, something like that, as you can appreciate, we just can't get up to those pins. If you've got a lock that's got a much wider open keyway, I would always reach for the deepest hook I can. You know, some pickers would go for the shortest hook and kind of, you know, use that as a start point, but I would always reach for the deepest hook I could for that particular keyway. In this case, because of the walled-in, I went for the short hook, and yeah, dirty fingers. That seemed to work really well, and we got this lock open. Anyway, thanks for watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.